despite Morocco being crowned the winners of AFCON 2025. Arocho, wacha nianze na wewe about Senegal and they are...
You know, Katila, we are jokers. We are jokers as a
continent.
I feel that, I'll give you an example why I feel that we are jokers. In 2019, the CAF Champions League finals was between Riyadh, Casablanca. They were playing against Esperance. The match was being played in Tunis. And in this match, Esperance were leading 1-0. Then there was a goal that Riyadh felt that they had scored, yet the referee disallowed it. And apparently, even the VR did not function. It took 90 minutes before that match eventually was awarded to Esperance. Oh. You know, believe it or not, the CAF Executive Committee sat down and said that that match should be replayed in a neutral ground. First and foremost, the CAF Executive Committee does not have the jurisdiction to adjudicate such a matter, because once we have a problem, an issue where a match was abandoned or there were issues before the match ended, it goes to the disciplinary committee. But look at what CAF did. The CAF Executive Committee just made a decision and said the match was going to be played in a neutral ground. That's why I feel we as Africa, we don't even follow our own statutes, because within the CAF statutes it states quite well that if there's a problem, it first goes to the disciplinary committee. Then, of course, if one of the parties still feels aggrieved, it is then referred to the appeals committee. So that brought a lot of issues. And eventually, the case was taken to CAS, the Court of Arbitration of Sports. And that's where I bring in Senegal. Senegal are ultimately going to be the winners of this tournament. There are two reasons why I feel so. Yes, there's an argument that Senegal were wrong to have walked out of the pitch. But the moment Morocco took that penalty, in a way, they accepted to go on with the match. Because yes, Senegal had a problem. There was an issue when they walked out. The referee ought to have awarded Morocco the game there and then. But the moment they allowed Senegal to come back and the penalty to be taken, then of course the game started all over again. But the arguments when someone is talking about CAF statutes, Article 84, 83, 84, and 85. When you look at it from that angle, then Morocco has a case. But when the game started, everything else that was in play before that penalty is null and void. So I feel that, once again, I feel that we are not serious. It's a big joke that 2 months after a verdict has already been given, you are telling us now to go back and feel that Morocco should... and if Morocco are going to be awarded that trophy, then African football will lose its value. I'm sure even clubs in Europe will not be letting their players to come back to play in the AFCON, because they are now being vindicated. There's a time top coaches in Europe felt that AFCON did not have a meaning. They are now being vindicated when we start playing around with awarding Morocco and awarding Senegal. Once again, the Court of Arbitration will reaffirm the fact that Senegal are the champion.
And before I come to you, thank you so much, Arocho. Before I come to you, Leon Otieno, let's listen to what Mendy had to say about Senegal.
How can I not feel African champion? I won it on the field with my teammates, with my brothers. We won it on the pitch. How can we not feel champions? And you know, everybody sees us as the champions. That's the most important, you know. The rest is comedy. I don't mind, you know. They can do whatever they want. I know what I did in February in Morocco, my friend.
That was Mendy, and of course, he's saying they won it at the pitch fairly and squarely. Now, Julian Otieno, what's your take about this decision that the Court of Arbitration is deciding?
I think whatever happened got everyone off guard, because nobody expected such a decision after 2 months And looking at it, if we put emotions aside and look at it in a football way, I think, like Arocho has said, Morocco has a case. And since the matter is in court, I feel like, just like you've said, Senegal are still playing with the 2 stars. And the other day we saw them, the match that they were playing with Peru in Paris, the players paraded the trophy. I feel like Senegal, at the moment, they are making a mess out of it. I feel like they should just stay back, wait for the courts to make the decision because they've appealed. They wait for the courts to make the decision, but at the end of the day, the world knows that Senegal is the one that won the trophy. And all about awarding Morocco is something that, that's with the courts. That's with the courts. It's not with the football fans. It's not with Senegal. Just like you've seen Mendy talking about them winning it on the pitch and all that stuff. But again, I feel like Senegal is making a big mess out of it with the 2 stars and parading the trophy. I feel like that was very petty of them and that was unnecessary, according to me, from where I'm seated. I feel like that was very unnecessary. They should just wait. Yeah.
Well, all right. Thank you so much, Leon Otieno. And let's still on the CAF. Let's listen to what Patrice Motsepe had to say before we move on to the major changes that has been done. Let's listen to Patrice Motsepe.
We're visiting Senegal to meet with the football in the next few weeks, to meet with the football leadership in Senegal, to